Hi there, students. Primal, an adjective. Primal talks about the very first origins of something, the first examples, being the first in time, being the original, primeval. So, dinosaurs lived in primal forests, perhaps. Or as human beings, we have primal urges, and this goes back to when we life on Earth first existed. Primal, something that is related to an early stage of development. So a primal urge to connect with nature, or a primal fear of hissing sounds, for example. A primal instinct. So a primal instinct to fight or flight. This is a primal instinct. A primal urge or a primal desire. A primal urge to reproduce. Okay, so this goes back in our evolution, perhaps the lizard brain. Okay, so we also have primal in psychotherapy, talking about traumas or things that happened when we were very small, when we were very young. But primal generally, basic, from the beginning of time, from the early stage, from the early evolutionary development. So primal hunter-gatherer societies, you would go around in groups of no more than perhaps 20. We can also use this word primal, however, saying the most important, the primary. So rivers were one of the primal ways of distributing water across the planet. Basic, fundamental, although this is much less common. But primal, from an early stage of development, being the first time in history. So now man is quite evolved, but primal man was very different to what we are today. There was a very big change. So first, original, primeval. So the most primal of human fears is being eaten by a carnivore. Or I often wonder what primal religions were like, the very first religions. Let's see, we can trace religions back to ancient Egypt, but I'm sure there were much more primal religions before that. You can have primal scream therapy. This is where the therapist tells you to scream about all the bad things that happened to you when you were a small child, and you shout about your parents and about how badly they treated you, and you let go of these angers. Okay, but a primal urge, a primal emotion, this is something that relates to the very origins. Jealousy is a primal emotion. The primal mysteries of how the universe was created, the primal matter that existed just after the beginning of the Big Bang. Now remember, the primal reason for doing this, the main reason, yes, and that is possible, but as I said, it's much less common. The universe evolved from a densely packed primal inferno. This sound conjures up a primal urge within me. This drum music brings out primal feelings within me. Water is a primal element, and it permeates everything. Okay, there was a primal urge that made me want to ride one of the wild horses. Okay, so primal. This is something from the origin, from Latin, from primus, first, primalis, primus, first. Primal formality. I think I'm going to give it a. I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality. I think you could use it anywhere, but it's probably best in something semi-formal, semi-formal conversation, semi-formal or formal writing. So, primal.